Fucking car.
All right, this guy. Welcome back to another episode of Sunny Days at the Racetrack. I'm Mark, and that's your guy, Anthony. Look at this
What's
guy.
up, guys?
He's all
What's
tan. This guy went on his
Oh,
honeymoon.
yeah. Puerto Rico. Not a lot of hockey there, but.
Yeah, definitely not. Not a lot of hockey.
No, it was good. Very good. Good to be back, though, man. A few days out. So.
Yeah. Everybody's excited to see a mustache. I'm excited to see a mustache, man. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
dude. It's here. It's here.
Look at that thing. That's a portion of every episode now. It's about you and your mustache.
100%. Shop his own corner.
Seriously, no. We're gonna have its own fan page at this point. Anthony's mustache. Oh shit.
Oh, man.
All right. So to everybody that's watching this, I'm assuming after it's live streamed, which is most people. Title of this episode is "Time to Be Realistic." Okay, and it really is.
Yeah.
That time in the season. Deadline is March 8th for the trade deadline. And we are now in a position where we're 7 points out of the playoff spot, depending on how Tampa wins, or not wins, but how they finish their game today. It could be more. So we got to have a long talk, or at least Wah and Lambert. Boy, not Lambert. Wah and Lamborello need to have a long talk about the future of this team and what they think is realistic.
Yeah. I mean, Lamorello is definitely going to be in the hot seat.
Well, he's been in the hot seat. And like I said, when
after last season, he was, yeah.
Yeah. And like I said,
sneaked in.
Oh, yeah. And then even with how this season went, I'm like, yeah, Lambert was not the guy. But at the same time, in that episode, when, we're talking about Wah being hired,
yeah,
that's a Hail Mary for Lamorello. That is.
He's throwing it all out.
This is your last fucking chance.
Yeah.
So,
because remember, we missed 22. We barely snuck in 23. Ever since we got rid of Trotz, it's been it hasn't been that long, but it's a struggle, dude.
Yeah, it's a
struggle.
struggle.
We missed whatever 22. Fired Trotz 23. We barely snuck in. This year's tough, man. Losing that Tampa game is brutal.
Yeah, I mean, this week has been brutal, and as I said in my tweet that the Ranger game is really going to be the Stadium Series game is going to be what's going to turn the tide of this season, whether it's one way or the other.
God.
And that game, as much as we showed poise at certain points and energy, it's the same old habits that we can't break.
I don't know where they came from. I don't know where this whole third period, 5 minutes left madness. Just we can't. I don't know where it just came out of. You know what I mean?
It's been a problem. I mean, the penalties we take. The inability to clear, our power play is our power. I know whether it's Scott Mayfield or it's the team as a general. And not only that, you got to finish fucking games. We haven't been able to finish games. That's
4-1. 4-1.
So how many overtime games we've played now? 21. We're getting close to the record. I mean, if we keep this up, we might get the NHL record of most overtime games played in a season. So I mean, for us at this point, it's the same old shit, just a different fucking day. And having a new coach come in midway through the season doesn't always fix things.
It's tough for him because it's hard for him to fix the pieces that's already broke. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, and it's
came in January. We were like 40-something games deep. It's like he's got to work with what he's got. You know?
Yeah.
So he could do is change some lines up, and he called up McLean. That's what he's able to do so far. I mean,
well, that's only bearing injury. So
yeah.
So it's. Right now, it comes down to what the big question was, which was, is this coaching or is this personnel? It really felt like coaching, right? And now you're having Wah in there with how he is. You're starting to think this is the team. This is personnel. This is maybe old habits from the past coach, whatever it is. As I've been saying, man, this is an aging core. So the value of these players are going to dwindle the longer we hold on to them and the less success that we have. So I don't want to ever.
It's going to go off. Just everybody's going.
I don't know. To me, and in my mind, we are at a point where we need to have a big boy decision and a big boy conversation and be like, hey, all right, this is what works. This is what doesn't. This is who stays. This is who should go. And that's going to be between Wah and Lamorello. That's the way I see it, because they have to see what they can do to salvage this team moving forward. That's if they don't make playoffs. In my mind, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, and I think they're going to have to start selling off some pieces. I think that's the smart thing to do. My heart, as a fan, wants me to never stop believing and to push forward, get a little bit of puck luck, get some string some wins together, get a piece, and go. But this team, when fully healthy, which we haven't been for many fucking seasons, now we are, we're not doing it.
Like this,
it's not enough. I mean, what do you think this team does?
It's tough because it's 7 points out. That's a lot. That's a lot. 7 points is a lot. It doesn't sound like much, but it's definitely a lot because not only do you need 7 points, you need Tampa or Detroit. I think Detroit took that spot.
Yeah,
Detroit and Tampa just to lose games, man, and it's hard enough banking on us to win, and now we have to bank on other teams to lose. And that's the tough part. And then we're gonna fight our own division because I think everybody's pretty much in it besides like Columbus. The Capitals are right with us. Flyers. Pittsburgh came back. If you saw that, Pittsburgh's back in it.
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
Everybody's back in it. Yeah, man. So the Capitals. That's one shocked me. But man, everybody's back in it. We have to wait for other teams to lose. I mean, the games are winnable. It's just like I say, it's just playing the full 60, man. Like that Rangers game is like that was 4-1. Like we were both there, man. 4-1. And I felt good, third period, man. I think we were up by a goal and then we scored first too. I think it was 5-3 going to the third. I'm like, all right, there's like 5 minutes left. Should be all right. Just hold the puck a little, be a little more conservative. And they just can't get their shit together. That Blues game, I wasn't able to watch it, but I was like constantly like having like my ESPN app going. And then literally like within like 2 minutes, it's delayed, you know what I mean, on the app. Yeah. But within 2 minutes, I had 4 notifications and they were all goals. Well, I think 3 notifications. I was like, dude, like, and I don't know, I'm not trying to bang on Sorokin, but I think the Tampa game yesterday, he had 19 saves. Like, it's tough, man. Like 19 saves. I know he only let up 3 or whatever, but still, man. Or 4, but 3 because one's an empty netter. I don't know, man. I feel like everybody's just not. I guess maybe feeling bad for themselves. I don't know. It's just not what we're used to watching. At least the past like 6-7 years. It's not what I'm used to watching. Yeah. At least, Yeah,
I mean, we've had recent success during that time, and it's been good to see. But
like you said, man, it's that aging core. We've been watching like there's like four guys on the team we've been watching for over 10 years.
Yeah. So now it comes down to our same issues, which is penalties at a bad time.
Yeah.
Which happens way too often. Yeah. Our penalty kill is horrible, so we can't be taking penalties. If our penalty kill was dog shit and we barely take penalties, it kind of evens out.
Yeah.
But our penalty kill is dog shit and we take too many penalties.
Yeah.
And then poor puck management and lapses in judgment. And
defensive parents too, man. The defense sometimes is just like, yo. Like,
I mean,
leaving guys wide open, like, oh my Lord.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's lapses in judgment. We cannot cover our man. We give people too much time and space on the power play. We're not aggressive enough. It's things that
what kills me is like we have so many overtime losses. If we just had half of those wins, right? We just say cut them in half. We'd be, I think, second or third in the Metro, chilling, not worrying.
Yeah,
Ashford just hurts. That's another 8-9 points, right? You know what I mean? Like that's what just hurts.
Those are blown. Most of those are blown leads.
Yeah.
So
100%.
That's the thing.
Yeah, man.
So this is a team that is plagued by its own decision making, and that's really what it is. I mean, the decisions that we have made defensively, and this is a fast game, and you can really see it. You can see it in the St. Louis game, and you can see it in the Tampa Bay game. They're in their own heads, and they're not just reacting to what's going on. They're not taking action, is what I mean. They're not just acting on what's going on in the play. They're all reacting and waiting for them to make the move, and then it goes. The pass is coming the other way, then they move. They got to anticipate all that shit. This is professional. This is a professional level, and they're not playing at that level. They're just not. And, there's certain points in games where we're showing bits of what we can do, right? Showing our energy. But if we're going to keep making these same mistakes and we're not going to have the energy that we should have for a full 60, we're saving it for the last 7 minutes of the game, 10 minutes of the game, whatever it is, you're going to fucking lose every time. You want to make the same mistakes, but you go hard the whole fucking time.
Fine.
At least at some point, it balances out somewhere. You get something lucky, whatever. But like now it's like you're doing the same shit and then you're not alive. You're not like, yeah, you get a goal. While I was saying sometimes all it takes is a lucky bounce, a goal going your way, and now the energy's back. That's fine. I understand that. But that's on games where it's a lull. There's some games like that where the energy's not there, whatever it is, both teams not bringing it, and you're just not there.
That was like the Seattle game.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, no, there's so many fucking examples this season of us not bringing our A game. And that's the issue. That's really the issue. You gotta come hard against all these fucking teams. Like you gotta. Like you can't sit back at any point and just play a game like this is just like your job. Like this is your 9 to 5. Like no. This is you're trying to fucking win a championship. This is what you want, right? Every player, you're gonna interview them, you're gonna ask them, do you want to win a Stanley Cup? They're gonna say yes. Who the fuck wouldn't? Are you showing it in your actions? No, they're not. There's certain players that bring it every game. There are. There's certain people that bring it every game. Okay? But that's not enough. It's not. I mean, look how Edmonton is finally really coming into their own. I mean, they changed coaches early this season and they're on a fucking tear.
I think the Wild did too. Remember the Wild? Yeah. I think they changed in December and they went like on a I don't know. Don't call me, but like 9 or 10 game tear they went on.
So, I mean, I think since the coaching change, they have 30 wins, Edmonton, and like 9 losses or something like that. I think that was as of the St. Louis game. They're fucking insane. But years prior, it's the same 2 guys, Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, leading the top of the league, but the rest of the team is dragging behind. At some point, you get some pieces that starts coming together, new coaching, and then now everyone's going. You can't win a game with just your top guy. And we don't really have that star caliber player. I love Barzal, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he's not. He needs somebody though.
He is no Connor McDavid. He is not a player that can put the team on his back. Say what you want about John Tavares. He was that guy for us for a long time. He puts the team on his back. He could fucking do it. He can't really do that anymore. He's too old. But
but back then, like 2012 to like 15, then
that was our guy.
Yeah.
And there is nobody to blame but ourselves, and we are losing because we are shooting ourselves in the foot, and that's really what it is, and it's killing this fucking team.
Dude, like there's 2 games that like really came out, and they're recent ones too. The Calgary game, that brutal loss to Calgary, we got smoked, and that Seattle game, dude. I was like just watching it. You're just like, yo, like just nothing, like just barely. You know, it was just nothing in like no engines moving, just whatever. Like very reactive, like you said, just taking hits. Like it just it's brutal to watch. You know what I mean? Just brutal to watch. And like I feel like maybe they feel sorry for themselves or something. Like they just put their heads in their asses or tail between their legs. It's dude, like you have a lot of games left. You know what I mean? You have a lot of, like remember last year we talked about it last episode. Last year we were in that boat. Like all right, we have 5 games left, and it was down to the last game. Yeah. It could happen, man. I know. Listen, like it's a long shot, sure, but dude, like it's February. You still got a couple months. Like I don't know, man. Like I said, Wild's got a tough task at hand for him already, coming in more than halfway done the season, pretty much, and everything was in shambles. Everything under Lambert this season sucked. Yeah. I think we could agree since like October. So I don't know, man. Hopefully things change. I don't know what has in mind. I don't know what Lou's gonna do. I feel like if we don't make it, a lot of guys are gonna either prospects, which we don't have a lot of, or people are gonna be going up for sale about 100% if we don't make the playoffs this year. You know, I feel like it's gonna make bulk trades. We're gonna trade like 3 or 4 guys for one. I don't know. That's what I think. Or we're just gonna cut guys loose and maybe bring up guys from Bridgeport or the Miners.
I mean, we like I said, trade deadline is coming up.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of the post games. Okay, I watch it not really for what they're saying, but what they're showing on their faces. Okay, and the St. Louis game really had me nervous about Waugh. He was saying some positive things, and that's always fine. I get it. I mean, this team is tender, definitely tender of how they're feeling. They're fragile, but he's a fiery guy, and he really brought that fire to start, and now it's kind of dwindled, and you wonder why. And watching him on the bench, when the camera pans to him, you still hear his whistle from time to time. You see him stand up on the bench and try to get the team going, pointing to what he wants them to do, especially on a faceoff. You'll see him, having them move up further up on the play, cover the middle of the blue line, whatever he's expecting the play to go. He'll be taking charge there. But there's a lot of looking down at his feet. There's a lot of looking away, and I want to know what's going on in that guy's fucking head. But when I'm seeing the camera pan to him, and that's what I see, I think Elaine Lambert. That's his body language. That was Lambert's body language of just looking down, all that shit. That's shit that you used to see from a coach that already has his mind made up. And then with the Tampa game, during the post-game interview, I'm looking at him, and he's answering these fucking questions, and I could see it. This is a guy that's made up his fucking mind. That's how I feel. Personally, that's how I feel. I could be wrong. But to me, in my mind, the coach has made up his mind about what's happening with this fucking team.
What do you think?
He's never going to – I think he knows his team is not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And I think he's had this conversation with Lou. I think so already. I think the conversation that we're having right now has already been done. That's what I believe. And I think the players feel it. Specifically, Palmieri's interview against Tampa Bay. He was asked, do you feel like this season's slipping away? That was a question, verbatim. He paused, and I saw the look on that fucking guy's face, and he couldn't even look at the guy who asked him the question. He's like looking down and looking around, and he's like, it's tough. When you have these points back, and you got to just. He's like, he's like stumbling on his words. Then he goes, we're going on a road trip. We got to hopefully bring back 4 points and string some wins together. You never know what's going to happen. It's like that doesn't sound sure to me, and it sounds like a player that's also given up. That's what it looks like. His face was telling. To me, it was telling. And if this team is giving up on itself. Right? And he's gonna know that in the locker room. Waugh's gonna know that. You gotta just they don't have it. They don't have it. Things can change, but right now they don't fucking have it. Right? He could be having that conversation with Lou saying, I'm looking at these guys, they don't got it. They don't got it, they don't believe in themselves. I'm trying to do the best I can. They don't have it. And if that's it, now you're thinking, who are pieces that are valuable and what can we bring back? Because this team is aging. This team stays the same, right? If it stays the same, now you got to. That's what I'm saying. Like if you think this team stays the same, and you go into the offseason and you're hoping that with a full training camp takes this exact same squad, comes to the next season and dominates, you're fucking delusional. What I see happening is that there's going to be some key players that are going to go.
I'm worried about losing Palmieri. That's what I'm worried about a little bit. I like him, man.
I
feel like he's a guy though we could trade for.
There's a lot of guys we could trade for. And when Lou was asked about, because Lou said that he wants to push for the playoffs and he wants to try to get a piece, but he also
got to do something before March 8th. That's the other thing.
He does.
There's no moves. There's no moves being done. We had Bo already like last year. Like we try to make that push, and like we got Bo. And it panned out. And his first game was nuts.
So him saying, but he also did say that there's nobody that's not off limits. Like there's nobody that's off limits is what I meant to say. Nobody that's off limits. I got you. Like anybody is up. Anybody is up.
Yeah.
And he's going to do what he has to do to help this team make the playoffs. Is this team going to make playoffs? No. Is he going to fucking say that as a general manager that they're not going to make playoffs and that he's going to start selling off some key players for some prospects or some picks? No, he's not going to say that because that's a general manager that's given up, and you don't want that. No fucking player in their right mind or coach in their right mind is going to say that they've given up on this fucking team, they've given up on this season, and that's it. Like the Capitals, right? With how they've been playing, yeah, they're still in it, but they already kind of came into the season knowing they're not going to make the fucking playoffs. They already kind of knew that. That was the standards. That was a standard set for this team from the get-go. Yeah. I know people are gonna deny that, but I'm telling you, the Washington is not the same team that it used to be, and they're holding on to somebody like Alex Ovechkin. Not only is it sentimental, but they want him to get that goal record. That's all they really fucking care about. They don't care about it. They're
once
bringing
he hits
up
that, man,
guys.
he's out. And
Oshie is now out.
I don't know if he's even going to make it, though, right?
I don't know. Depending on how long he sits on the team, he can make it. If he plays for another 3 years and puts up at least 30 goals every season, he could fucking make it. But
I guess. I mean, everybody's in the fight now, right now. I mean, Pittsburgh and Washington. It sucks, man. It sucks seeing it slip away. Yeah, that's what's starting to hurt. I'm curious what's going to happen, though. Do you think anything happens before March 8th or not? That's what I'm curious. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm kind of curious.
I don't think there's anybody off limits. I don't. I don't. I think there's people that they should keep.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean like I'm not going to not see the value in people of trading somebody big. There's always value.
From the first line, I would want to, obviously Bo and Barzy I'd keep. Second line, I'd keep. It's tough. Like Nelson's playing pretty good, man. I like Nelson.
I can see that whole second line going.
The thing is with Nelson, he has that age, man. He is like,
but he's the difference. The difference is
the third line is what I like the most. The third line, I like Holstrom. I like Pajot. At least keep those two. So
the way I see it is we're keeping. You got to keep your centers. You got to keep your veteran centers. They're good on the faceoff, and that's an important aspect of the game. We have been strong in the faceoff all season. We have been. And it's mostly just because there's a handful of guys. I mean, we have some guys that kind of come in and they can't win a faceoff, but like Barzell really can't win a faceoff.
Nelson's great on the faceoff.
Nelson's great. Clutterbuck is able to win faceoffs, especially when he's on that right side.
Yeah, they're both.
So, but this is a team, right, that at least for the last 2 games, despite Martin taking 2 bad penalties, the fourth line has been the most consistent line, and they don't play that much minutes, and that's not good for a team. This is not the fourth line that 5 years ago was getting around 15 minutes of ice time because they're the bang.
You're looking like at 7 to 8. So 7 like.
This is like if they're playing 8 minutes and they're your most consistent line.
It's bad.
What the fuck are we doing?
I know.
And Sorokin this season has faced on average 34 shots. Last season was less than 30. Last season was 29.
It makes a big difference.
It's a big fucking difference. And it's not only that, it's the high scoring shots that he is facing. Like he gave up, I think it squeezed past him. He made the save against Braden Point. But that fucking play, Braden Point took it in by himself, lost the puck. Kucherov was right there. Nobody's covering that guy. Nobody's covering him. Okay. And then he comes from behind the net, passes it right to Point, who now has free range in the slot. What the fuck is happening? You got 2 guys that just dismantled your entire offense. 2 guys that you got to be covering. And not only that, you're giving them the slot. Yeah. You can't give them the fucking slot. Give them outside chances. They could still possibly score. Kucherov.
Sure, but you have more distance out, man.
Whatever it is. But, like, we give up so many chances in the slot. And then against St. Louis, we were getting cycled on like a motherfucker. That's really what the issue was. That's what... And even if it didn't lead to scoring chances, and even though they scored those 3 goals because it was horrible clear on the penalty kill. Penalty kill looked strong in the first period. Horrible kill. Can't clear it, gets scored on. Then all of a sudden everyone's puck watching for the second goal. They get fucking scored on. Then the third goal, where's everybody covering their man? This is 5-on-5 now. I didn't know they had a fucking 5-minute continuous power play. That's what it looked like. It's not what happened. And it's just really... this team has defeated itself, and that's the issue.
And that's what I said at the beginning of like this one. You don't know where it came from. You know what I mean? Like I said, like we've both been watching down for a while, but like this year it's just consistently like the dumbest mistakes. Like that Rangers game we both went to the other day. I think Mayfield. I'm not trying to call him out, but it was like 3 penalties, man, just like back to back to back, and all of them you got scored on. And the dumbest things ever, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like the eyes are on him now. You know what I mean? When he's on the ice, every ref is gonna be looking at him because he's doing stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
It's tough, bro. The cycling sucks, and the I don't know, the silly penalties is what's killing us. But
no. So, I mean,
and defensive pairings are getting split. Sorokin's taking shot. I feel bad for Sorokin. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah. Same thing for Varley against St. Louis. There was no way he was stopping those. There's no way.
And you need to give Varley. You got to put Varley in, dude. Sorokin can't play all these games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one of the good things I like about Wah. He's putting Varley in. We didn't really see him. I mean, I don't know. I can't give you the exact number, but we only saw him a handful of times the first half of the season.
And the way I see it, we're going to see him a lot more to finish this season because we are not going to have a playoff push. We're going to try. They're going to have to.
You see what happens.
They have to try. They have to try. But they got to be realistic.
It's only February.
It's February, but the trade deadline is the 8th. Trade deadline is less than 2 weeks away. So this is we're at a point.
Anybody or no?
I think we sell.
I think we sell. I could see that.
They're gonna have to sell to get somebody if they're gonna push anyway. But I think we sell and we're not pushing. That's what I think is happening. I think we sell and the season's done. I think like I said, I look at Wah and I look at the players.
Yeah.
And I think they feel that the season is done.
But it's their own mistakes too. That's what kills me. It's not like I don't know.
And I'm not saying it because like I'm being a negative Islander fan. I'm looking at these guys. And it's just
it's tough because who we're gonna sell for dude.
Sell
anybody. They're old, man.
I mean, but like Nelson, right? As much as Nelson has aged, he has a nose for the net and he's great.
That's what I said. Yeah,
he's somebody that has a lot of value, trade value. You know, then if people are going to hold on to him for whatever amount of time, that's it. But it's like there's guys that are going to go.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
And I'm like I said, not trying to be negative, but when you see the coach have that look on his face and you see the players have that look also, you know that they don't believe in themselves and it's over. If they lose their belief, it's done. And as fans, we got to push them. We do. But for a coach like Wah to see what he's doing and to just see him be kind of like complacent like Lambert was, it's not good. It's not a good.
He needs a full off season to get the wheels going, man. So
I think at this point he's just going through the motion and thinking, okay, who's showing that they want to be here? Who's showing that they're going to bring value to my system next season?
I just hope he stays long term. I'm worried. You know what I mean? That's what I'm worried about, man.
That would be a shitty thing. I mean, I don't know how long he's
because let's say we don't make playoffs and then we do all these crazy fire sale, picking up these guys, prospects, the whole nine, and he just bounces after 2 years. You know, that's what's kind of like getting me nervous. We haven't had a coach stay longer than I don't know 3 years. I think Trotz was 4 years. Before him was Jack Appiano.
I think Wah's here to stay. Bringing in his assistant too.
Yeah.
From the Ramparts, I think he's here to stay, and I hope he is. I like what the guy can bring. I really do.
Yeah, 100%. Especially having Sorokin, he's one of our main guys. The backbone almost.
Yeah, Sorokin is the backbone of this team.
Everybody loves him.
For like I said, I think a lot of forwards are up for grabs. For defense, right? I think you keep the top four. I think you keep not Nelson. I think you keep Dobson,
Pellick,
Romanov,
and
Pulock, and then everybody else, they have to fight for their season, and that's it.
I like Riley, man.
I like Riley too. Riley is coming to his game. He played well against Tampa.
I say it every episode, man. He's all over the ice. I like him, and he feeds the puck out, man. I like him.
Him on the power play with Pulock. They look good. They had them paired together because they like to bring out the second unit a lot because both of them like to shoot. I think them together is great. Riley also has that speed to get back. Yeah. He did get a little overzealous at certain points and had some turnovers, but luckily they were cleaned up and nothing turned into a major scoring chance. It was fine. But he's another guy that I think is a good piece to this team. Is he a top pairing guy? No.
Our top pairing is going to be Dobson and Romanov, and they're here to stay. Yeah.
So.
And after that is Pulock and Pellick, and those guys are great, man. They've been together for a long time, and they're still solid.
That's what I'm saying. They're still solid, and they can
Lost goal
teach.
the other night. Oh,
Yeah, I know. So and they can teach a lot of these younger guys.
what's good about Bulldog? You could put not Bull. I just said Bulldog. Jesus, McLean. I mean, I think he's still in that 2-way contract. So I mean, we could theoretically just keep him down in Bridgeport. I don't know if we're going to invest in him or not, but I like
He's
the way
worth
played.
he's worth looking at.
Yeah,
I think so. I think he fills the fourth line role well.
Yeah, I mean, when he came in
really
for
So
Zeke when
is-
he was out, he
yeah.
filled it in fine.
So
We'll see what happens, man. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of hockey left. Hopefully, next week's a happier episode. Let's see what happens. I mean, a lot can change, man. I mean, we'll see what we get or see what we get rid of in a week. But what else we got? I mean,
I mean, well, we got some comments. So you got the first comment here.
Mike, what did Mike say? Anthony, did you find out his power play? No, I didn't really get to see too much in Puerto Rico.
He's asking if you found them over there in
no, they're
Puerto
not
Rico.
there, man.
They must have been hiding, right? They must have been on vacation. That's what it seems like,
man.
Mike. It seems like they're on fucking vacation.
Yeah, they're on the Rangers, dude. He's a Rangers fan, man. Of course, they're having a day right now.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, but what else we got? Why do we sell? I mean, I don't want to sell, Scotty. I really don't. I just my heart says you got to believe always. It ain't over till it's over. I agree with you, but when you look at the players and you look at the coach, my mind is telling me that they have given up, and when they give up, that's it.
Dude, that's that fourth line. I think we've been watching them since we were like 15. Think of it, we've been watching for a while. So
and it's sucks.
And you don't want to sell too late, like we did with like Josh Bailey. Like we held on to Bailey way too long. Like we could have got rid of Bailey after like, I don't know, 2016, 2017 season when he used to like worth something. What did we get rid of him last year? I think last year.
Yep.
And we get like a bag of rocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gone.
So it's just tough. You know what I mean? Because you like.
We bought.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different.
I think we bought him. We bought him out.
Where did he go? Like Chicago, I think.
He went to Chicago, and then he immediately went somewhere else. I think.
Did he go to Ottawa? Did
he go to Ottawa?
I think he's in Ottawa. I think so.
God damn it! Here I go.
Oh, we always do this. Yeah.
Because I gotta know. Because it was. I saw the memes. They joked. They put like his jersey in the rafters for Chicago, saying, Chicago Blackhawks.
He was with
Josh Bailey
a long time. I think 2009 he got drafted by the Islanders.
Let's see. Where the fuck did this guy go?
Bailey? He's still in.
Yep. So we traded him to the Chicago Blackhawks for a second-round draft pick, which is actually kind of crazy. Blackhawks immediately placed him on unconditional waivers with the intent of buying out his contract. 2 months later, he signed a professional tryout with the Ottawa Senators, and then he was released by the Senators October 8th of this year. So last year, I mean. So so that's what happened. So Bailey got done dirty. We traded him for a second rounder, then he got fucking bought out by the team that got him. So we literally just traded him just to get him off the books. And Chicago had the cap space to do so. So man. I mean, there's just I lose hope in the team when the players are showing the effort that they're showing now, and then you could just tell. And I know
this week was like brutal. This week was brutal. I know we got one win, but man, oh my god, the other 3 games.
I'm glad we beat Schittsburg. It sucks that we went to overtime to fucking do it. I'm glad we beat them, but
every game is overtime.
and I know that the players were still upset after that game. In the post game, they were saying like they felt like it was great to get the win, but they need to be better, and they were not.
Yeah, they had the lead. I think they were up 2 goals. And they scored. I was listening to it on the app. We were up 2 goals and like that. Boom! Within 3 minutes, I think maybe.
And that's the sign of.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And that's the sign of life that you want to have from this team. Wow was definitely happy. He said because they were saying to him the players didn't seem happy in the locker room even though they got the win. And he said that's what he wants. That's the attitude that this team needs.
You need that. You need that.
You need to be hungry. But now it's like. 2 games later, it's like look at the
Tampa's a beat. That Tampa game hurts. You know what I mean? Especially when they come back, you make it 3-2. You got the 2 minutes left. You can play. You know what I mean? You're coming back too late. And the other thing is why do you got to go down quick? You know, like that St. Louis game's a prime example. I think the first period shutout, nothing. Boom, 0-0. Everything's good.
trading
And then-
penalties back and forth. That's what
And
it
then
was.
Joe, just
Really.
within 30 seconds, 3 goals. Boom, like
And listen, it wasn't a bad game. We didn't play awful. It was a bad, horrible lapse in those 30 seconds. But that is a fucking issue. It's not something that we could just be like, oh, it was just bad 30 seconds, bad puck.
no, it's recurring.
All of it was horrible. Yeah, it was 30 seconds, but this game is a fast game. And you got to play a full 60. We can't just look away for 30 seconds. A lot can happen. And not only that, you have a whole game and then you want to play the last 7 minutes. I like the aggressiveness that Wash shows by pulling the goalie early. It's something that's unorthodox,
it's different, man. It's different.
Whatever. But he's like, you got to put your balls on the table.
Hell yeah.
That's what he said.
And you know what it is, man? You pull a goalie, right? You pull a goalie out with that 11 or 10 minutes left. They score on you an empty netter. You still got 10 minutes to score 2 goals. It's not like,
You're
30.
You're
going to lose
anyway.
if you know what I mean? Yeah.
Lose,
like, I don't know. I'm cool with it. I'm fine with that.
I don't want to settle, and I want this team to make playoffs. I do. My heart wants that. But my brain is telling me that this team has given up. The coaching staff has given up, and they're ready for next season. That's what they're going to do. They're prepping for next season. They're prepping for training camp, and it's something that we don't want to see. We really don't want to see it, but that is where we are.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
We'll see what happens, man. I mean, like I said, I want to see what happens before or by March 8th. That's what I'm curious what's going to happen. I don't know what they have in mind or in store, but I'm definitely curious about that.
I
know you want like Vetrano, right? That's like the guy that you're looking for.
If this team was in the mode of putting the nose to the grindstone and pushing through and making playoffs, then yeah, I think Vetrano's great. Who do we give up for it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, Anaheim needs a goalie for sure. I mean, Dostal is all right. Gibson is okay. They might not have enough money to fucking take Varlamov, but we don't have a lot of pieces that we can give up that would be valuable and not hurt the team if we're in a position to push for the playoffs. The only one that I can really see is Varley, and as much as I don't want to break up that tandem because it's so good, you're only going to really ride
playoff push. You're just going to be
you're going to ride Sorokin anyway, so you might as well just go. So, but I don't even think we get to that point.
Yeah, I don't know. Man.
I don't think so. And it sucks. I love this team. We both bleed blue and orange, but and these colors don't run. But man, I mean,
the week was brutal. It was brutal.
It's sad to look at this team and see their faces. I just can't. I can't look at them and think that they are a team that feels that this season still has life left, because they don't. They don't. Their eyes are telling you they can't look at these reporters in the face.
Nah, you said that Palmieri interview.
So
yeah, I don't know. That kid Maggio is like sticking out in Bridgeport. I like him.
Yeah,
it'd be cool if they could bring him up for a game.
He's been pretty good all season. I mean, if we're at a point where we sell, then their opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Him and the other kid, Ishkakov or whatever his name is. I always talk about him. That team has like 13 wins for this season. I don't get why they just don't bring those 2 guys up for a game or 2.
It's hard to do it with the kind of contracts we have.
Yeah, I know there's like one ways, 2 ways, and just all that stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of interested in seeing those guys play, man. At least for the NHL.
We have some promising youth. We don't have a lot, but we have some.
He had that stud goalie, the big boy. Was it Tikanen?
He's a big guy. I don't know how good he is, but he's a big guy.
He's huge, bro. He's like 6'8" or something like that. He's something crazy like that.
It helps when you got the long legs like that. It really does.
The kid Maggio and Ishikov, those are like the 2 guys that look pretty solid out of Bridgeport.
Yeah. So and McLean looks good. McLean always.
McLean. Yeah, no, we've seen him. I like him. He fit well in that 4th line when Zeke was out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do fit well, but we got to just see what happens with this team. Like I said, I'm not.
They're back on tomorrow. I think they're playing Dallas or something, right?
Are they on tomorrow or are they on Tuesday? They're on tomorrow.
I think they're on tomorrow. I could be wrong. I thought they're playing Dallas. Maybe I'm wrong.
I know they're playing Dallas, but I'm not sure if it's tomorrow or Tuesday.
I'll double check real quick. Tomorrow at 8.
Tomorrow at 8. We're in Dallas. Yeah. We're a little road trip now.
Okay. Stuff. I think we beat them last time, right? 3-2, I think, in overtime. That was like one of our first win with Wow.
So, yes. Yeah. It was. That was at home. Yeah, that was our first one.
Yeah. And I think we went to Montreal and had that terrible period. But
terrible period, but a good game. And that's the thing.
That, they came back, man. That's the thing.
It's like,
it's like that Blues game you're talking about. Bad 30 seconds, but the rest of it wasn't terrible.
But that's the problem. It's like it's the life that we're not showing consistent. He likes when we're not giving up. He likes that despite us being down because it's going to take time. But like the team is obviously giving up now, and that's what's scaring me. Is that this is a team that
I can't get rid over that Stadium Series game, man. I mean, you were there too. Like, just why?
And honestly, the Rangers did not play a good game. They really didn't. They played a full 60. That's what they did. That was better than we did.
It was physical.
They played a full 60, and they didn't give up. And you know what? They fucking made us eat. They made us eat it. And as much as it sucked to sit around all those fucking degenerate Ranger fans, because I believe the entire Ranger fan base is the worst. I don't care. I'm sorry, Mike. I know you're a Ranger fan. I think all you fucking Ranger fans are awful. Seriously. I have nothing against your team. I mean, Shesterkin and Sorokin, what are they, godfathers to their children? I mean, they hang out all the time on the ice. You see them warming up together, talking and bullshit, and that's fine. The players don't really care anymore. The fighting is forced. But for fucking fans, I mean, I can't go to a fucking Madison Square Garden game without us spanking you, and we get a drink dumped on us. Like I can't have that shit.
The train ride was pretty brutal.
Oh my god, I can't.
That was a tough game, man. It was a tough game to lose.
They're fucking, and it's awful too, because then you sit down, and you talk with them, and they've been watching for like what
2 years,
3 years. They're fucking bandwagon fans. I mean, I had one next to me when they were down. And it was going to the third period. We made it 5-3, right? Because it was 4-3. Then we scored early in that period.
Mm-hmm. You scored first in that period.
She's yelling, "You guys fucking suck! I hate this fucking team. You guys can't fucking score." Say all the shit. And then as soon as they fucking come back and win in overtime, she's got her phone out in my face saying all the shit. And I'm like, you are just fucking bashing your team.
Yeah.
For the last fucking 10 minutes, and now your team wins, and now you're please. They have no idea what it's like to have like fucking horrible years, one after the other, a little bit of hope, and then more of the same shit, rebuild after rebuild after rebuild. I'm sick of rebuilding. I really am.
I mean, we haven't had much of a rebuild, though.
That's what I'm saying. We've been adding pieces, right? We've been adding.
Yeah, it's just been adding. Yeah,
and we've been adding pieces, and it's been good.
First, it was like Vanek. Vanek was like the big ad, and then it was like
stupid ad, but. Yeah.
Then it was like Andrew Ladd. We got Andrew Ladd now to help out JT. And then we got Barzy. Barzy was great.
Barzy's great.
Yeah, Barzy's great. But remember Andrew Ladd? That was like a big deal for like having JT. We have Andrew Ladd.
Everybody trying to find someone to play with JT. JT's like, I had somebody, and you got rid of him.Is name is Matt Molson.
He's in Buffalo now.
He's in Buffalo, and now he doesn't get utilized properly.
You take Kyle Poso. You're going to put him up there, too.
Poor fucking guy. I mean, that guy wanted to retire.
He still played he still played a few years in Buffalo after. So he didn't really go anywhere. I think Oposo's still up in Buffalo.
And the Islanders brought him back, to report some of the games with Thomas Hickey.
Oh, did he really?
Molson, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't even know.
Yeah, I saw him. I was like, holy shit! It was like it's fucking Matt Molson.
Yeah.
So
he was good. He was good, man. Yeah, Matt Molson, and then after Angel Ladd was Barzal got, and then since then it was Horvat.
Yeah, I mean, I love to see Matt Molson back with the organization in some way, shape, or form. He was done dirty. I mean, for a trade that really was like unnecessary at that point in Garth Snow's management career, that was like probably like the worst fucking trade. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why the fuck would you break up what's working? I mean, you got a guy that's putting up a hat trick on a consistent basis along with John Tavares, and I'm like, all right, yeah, let's add Thomas Vanek, who's pretty much the same fucking guy production-wise. Put him on a team that he's not used to playing with, and oh wait, he's kind of struggling to get the fucking chemistry there. Oh, I wonder why. Oh, wait, we have Matt Molson who played with John Tavares and his older brother when they were kids, and you're telling me that now you have to break it all up and get more chemistry here? Your fucking mind? Oh, shit. I was so fucking baffled by that trade. Such a stupid fucking trade. My God. Who gives a shit? And I don't blame Vanek. He did what he had to do, but Jesus.
We only had him for a couple of years, too.
We had a great top line. A fucking phenomenal top line.
Who was it? Molson, Oposto, and JT, I think that
and
first
JT.
line.
It was a great top line. Holy shit, it was a great top line. But we are far away from those days now. So
this is over 10 years ago.
We are far away from those days. But yeah. I want this team to do well. I want it to succeed.
Everything happens for a reason. Something's gonna pan out. You know what I mean? Like, we were in the same spot last year. Last year, you remember, man. We were like, oh, whatever, nothing's happened. We never do shit for the trade deadline, and all of a sudden, we got Bo Horvat. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I gotta have a little bit of hope, man.
The difference was last year that players were down. Barzy was hurt. Oh, we got Horvat, and then Barzy went down. And then after Barzy went down, after playing with Horvat for a couple games, Horvat put the team on his back. Everybody played really well without Barzal, and they played a more conservative game, and then we got ourselves to the playoffs. Yeah, this is a fully healthy Islander team.
Yeah.
There are no fucking excuses now. There's none. It's them against themselves, and they're fucking losing.
100%.
They're fucking losing. That's the problem.
It's bad, too. It's not even just like losses. Like, they're just bad losses. You know what I mean? But let's see what happens, man. We have Dallas tomorrow, and we have this little away game stretch, so a little road trip. So, we'll see what happens, man. We have a few games out there. If we could just grab a few points, just a few, 4 points would be nice.
Yeah, I trust me. I want to be wrong. I always want to be wrong.
You do.
I do. I want to be wrong, but I've said this to you before in prior years, man. I feel it. Yeah. I feel it from this. I feel it looking at these fucking guys.
You feel watching it. You definitely do. Like, there's games you watch, you're just like, you're not even playing. You know what I mean? They're just going through the motions. Like, they're just stepping on the ice. No, I agree with you.
I agree, Scotty. Dallas ain't shit. I agree with you.
Dallas ain't shit. No.
I agree with you, man.
You know, it's sad, bro. They went to the Stanley Cup. Bro. I remember that. As a year we could have won. I'm not gonna get into this shit, but
we're always gonna be those fans. Oh, we should have, could have, would have. It didn't happen. We couldn't finish.
2020, they went to the cup.
We couldn't finish. And just like now, this team can't finish. So yeah, we just need to keep them away from the Florida teams. Yeah, I get you. We need to keep them away from a lot of teams. Right now,
we can't even.
We can't even win against our own division, and that's the problem. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I want to be wrong, but I was talking about Philly and how good they were earlier on in the season. They're sitting at third in the division.
But they also went through.
But they are in a rebuild. They have young, gritty fucking players, and they have a coach. And they have a coach like John Tortorella. That's a recipe for a fucking nasty team in 2 or 3 years. That team is going to be fucking dangerous. They're already pretty dangerous now. They need to fix up their goaltending. But holy shit.
They're going through the pipe, whatever like legal situation they're going through. You know what I mean?
But that team is still dangerous. That is a dangerous fucking team.
But they've been rebuilding for a while, though.
No, they have not.
Kind of.
They have not. With getting John Tortorella, it's been 3 years now. 3 years, not that long. They are in a fucking position to go to the playoffs. Look at the team we have and look at the team that they have on paper.
On paper, I know. Yeah, I guess
that's what I'm saying. It's on paper.
Tortorella's nice, man. He's
Tortorella's great.
Feisty.
He's much like Wah. That's why I like it.
Yeah,
that's why I'm telling you.
He was when we played when he was in the Rangers, man. You're just God, in your face, guy. You know what I mean? Like he's with it.
Yeah, fighting people in the locker room. That's what he does.
You remember that?
Yeah. So this
does against. But
he needs. We need a full training camp with Wah, regardless whether or not we make it to the playoffs or not.
My thing is, even if we make the playoffs, we ain't gonna go anywhere. That's the other thing. Who are gonna play the first round? We're gonna get smoked. So
I don't want to be negative like that either. But like, I agree with you.
We played Carolina in the first round last year. It was
Carolina's a hard team to play. They're a great team.
That was tough to watch. I think we grabbed like 2 wins. I think we won 2 wins, maybe 2 wins.
And they're still a good team.
Oh my god, man!
They're second.
They're good, dude. Good team, man. And that's a team we beat. They shut us out. I think like a couple years prior. Remember?
Yeah, they swept
2019. Yeah, I think it was 2019.
After we swept
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Then we got swept. Yeah, they're a nasty team. They're second in our division too, and they're there for a reason.
Yeah, They just gotta find whatever they're missing. Just go. You know what I mean? They're there. They're good.
Yeah,
they're good.
So let's see what happens. Let's hope for the best. We pray for this team to win, like we always do as loyal Islander fans. But my brain is telling me otherwise. My brain is telling me keep your wits about you, because this team is going to break your heart, and that's what this team does. That's what I tell every new Islander fan. That's what I say.
I know,
this team is going to break your heart. So, all right. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. We got 5 live viewers. That's great.
That's cool, man.
That's good. So, but yeah, so let's stay strong, boys. We got to believe. Don't listen to my negativeness, even though it's probably fucking true. But we'll see what happens. See what happens, everybody. All right. Let's go on. Let's go, Belmont boys. All right. Later, man.
Later.